Hey everybody, it's been a while. I was on vacation last week. I went down and stand-up paddleboarded in a river in Florida, looking for gators and crocs. I think it's alligators, or you can either just have alligators or crocodiles in saltwater, but it was like partial saltwater. We were right on the other side of Cocoa Beach. There's some fun little tunnels and stuff you can paddle through. Anyway, that's what I was doing last week. And Will's on vacation this week. So I thought I'd take this time to thank everyone who has come out to the last few shows we've been playing. We played the Driftwood Festival, which was fun. Played to some new fresh faces that we've never seen before. Thank you. And then we played something else. Oh, we played at Magbar, and Magbar was also a grand time. I saw some old faces at that one, and my parents were there, and it's always nice when your parents come out to a dive bar to see your band play. So, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. All right, we're at episode, 24? 24? Good grief. That's like the number of months in 2 years. We spoke to Marianne. Marianne is a DJ for ARTxFM, and ARTxFM is an internet radio station here in Louisville, Kentucky that's broadcasting. I guess that's the word, right? Broadcasting on the internet 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we talk about how they are going, what was the word we used? We talked about how they are working towards getting an actual station on the radio, so you can dial it in your car, press your preset, which would be ARTxFM, and listen up. So, that being said, listen up, little turkeys. It's time for another episode of the Villain District Podcast.
You are now a loyal follower of the Villain District Podcast.
I read somewhere that Louisville, Kentucky has one of the, like as far as the valley and the geography, that we have one of the worst allergy cities in the country.
We're totally number one.
Oh, yeah? Not the first. Yeah, It feels, is it for real?
I'm pretty sure.
Because it feels like it.
Because we're number one in a lot of things, just not the good ones.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure, that's on the list.
Like dirty, filthy air.
Although drinking water's good, right? Isn't that one of the things they always brag about? Like, growing up in southern Kentucky, that's always what I heard. It was like, they bottle Louisville tap water and sell it places. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that when I was a kid.
I've never
Well, we
once
do
heard
charge
that.
people for our water, for sure. We do charge.
Right.
But I think it's just kind of, you have to. It's a utility.
Right. Well, yeah.
We do charge. It is
I
a
was going to
thing.
say, I get a water bill all the time.
Yeah, like every 2 months.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's nice that they don't do it every month, though.
That is, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
See,
Every
it's
other
nice,
month.
but then occasionally I forget about it. And I'm like bummed when it comes. I'm like, you have to pay for water? I forgot.
Crap.
Right.
Yeah.
It is I think
stuff
this
of
year
life.
they were the 4th best water.
Okay.
So
it is
and
a
this is
thing.
by like actual scientific testing.
So, yeah.
But they also have a People's Choice, and we're number one.
Oh, there you go.
People's Choice
There
for
you
water.
go. Yeah.
Boom.
The people know.
We do.
That's what I say. Yeah.
Yep. And we're none of us drinking Louisville Pure Tap water.
No.
No,
Shh. We'll pretend.
we're drinking the bottled stuff.
Oh, that's true. I didn't have to
the
write
good
us out.
It's
No,
true.
there is one hidden camera in here.
Right? No.
We better put our shirts back on.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shirts,
They'll never
pants.
know. Yep.
No shoes, no shirt. You're
No
fine.
water.
You're fine at the
You're
Villain
fine.
District Podcast. Yeah.
Come on in. Yep.
Come on in. The water is fine.
Exactly.
So I didn't see that on the sign.
Yeah. Yeah. Marianne, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Not a problem. I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Yeah. It's good to have you.
So you said you've been doing the circuit today.
Oh, yeah.
The press junkets.
Yes, the junket here.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
As we call it.
Right. So we'll try to mix
day.
up the topics of conversation. Hopefully,
No, this is already
so-
second to none the best interview.
Already, already good.
Already.
We can just talk about tap water, and
we're good.
we're good to go.
And it's funny because I've been talking about the Louisville Water Company and the water company building all day long.
Oh, really?
So it's
Really?
funny that you
That is strange.
That is strange. Serendipitous, really.
Yeah.
quinky-dink.
Yeah. So wait, can we ask what you were doing interviews for? Like, what were
Sure.
you? Yeah. What were you doing the rounds for today? The
Well,
media
I
junket.
am the founder and executive director of Preservation Louisville,
Nice.
which is a local nonprofit, and we focus on historic preservation. And the Louisville Water Company basically is one of the oldest utilities around,
Yeah.
one of the best utilities in the country,
Yeah.
pretty much pioneered the way we drink water in this country. And their headquarters was on the 3rd Street, 2nd Street, Liberty, and Muhammad Ali block.
Uh-huh.
That block there, which many people call the Water Company block.
Huh. There you
So
go.
there's going to be an Omni Hotel there.
Okay.
Big hotel. Very excited because there's kind of a ton of parking lots there. So I'm like, heck yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah, yeah.
There's lots of
Build
yeah.
that because wouldn't that be cool, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there were also just like, a handful of little historic buildings that were on that southwestern corner.
Yeah.
And they want to tear them all down.
Oh.
One of them being the original headquarters of the Louisville Water Company.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah, I was talking about our great utility and how our history matters.
Yeah.
And how Omni has been known across the country
Yeah.
to actually integrate the old with the new and juxtapose it very well. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to see them respect us in the same way.
Right.
Didn't go my way.
Okay.
Didn't didn't work
Thank
out.
you, Will.
Yeah.
If you all could see the look on his face.
Right.
I appreciate that. Like he had actual concern that I had
It's
a bad
true.
day. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
No, I didn't beat the big bad wolf.
Right.
The $289 million
Right.
development.
I was ready for a regular like Rocky story. You know what I mean?
Right,
A
which would have
regular,
been
like-
nice.
Yeah.
I will say that besides Whiskey Row, which is kind of the first advocacy effort that I took on
Yeah.
as Preservation Louisville, this is the largest thing that we've worked on.
Okay.
And we had over 1,000 citizens interact with us and engage with us, sign our petition, and give us their thoughts. And so we tried very hard
Yeah.
to express that to Omni
Yeah.
and the city. And like I say, it's it's too bad that it didn't work out our way, but I'm
Right.
really proud of how many people engaged with the process.
Sure. Yeah, that's amazing. That sounds like, I mean, that's a huge number of people to get to speak out about something like the history of a site. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's, yeah.
Because downtown, there are residents in downtown, but many of us live outside
Sure.
of downtown.
Yeah.
So sometimes when there is a building and it's in downtown, people are like, oh, well, someone else will worry about that.
Right.
As opposed to if you lived right next door to something, you were like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So,
Right.
it was really awesome that many people, came forward and had something to say. And, it was my job, and I tried to give the public a voice and
Right.
continued to try to keep a smile on my face as I talked to the media after.
Sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had a TKO.
Yeah. Keeping the
TKO
Rocky
today.
metaphor alive. I like it. you
I'm
know?
trying for you. I'm trying. So
Well,
that's
that's
my
cool.
day job.
Yeah.
Well, day, night, nonprofits all the time.
Right. Yeah. I just learned that. I actually didn't know that. So that's
you're
very
on the
cool.
for-profit side of things?
It's like no. I mean, I didn't know that about you. Is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I didn't know you. I didn't know you did
Sure.
that.
We like to profit here.
we like.
I was going to say, you seem like profitable lads.
Well, I teach, so I make nothing. But that's a different story.
Shaping the next generation.
Shaping the I make a difference.
Oh, please
the more
try.
you know. Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm giving up on the adults here, okay?
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'll crank out some good ones.
Thank
over there.
you.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason we had you on is your involvement with ARTxFM.
Oh, yeah,
So
we took a detour.
This is
Sorry.
like it's great. No, it's wonderful. It's like two guests for the price of one kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
I'm a twofer.
right.
we tend to just swerve really hard
Yeah, it's fine.
everywhere to get to where we're going.
Yeah, if we end up going back to water bottles, it'll be fine.
That's fine.
It's no big deal.
I'll be right there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our listeners love water bottles.
They love. They
Pure
literally,
tap, baby.
100% of them drink water pretty much every day. So it's
I like how to
It's a
use it.
necessity.
I had a friend like in high school wouldn't touch water, and his lunch was a bag of Doritos and a Slim Jim and a Code Red Mountain Dew.
there. You go.
I was going to say Mountain Dews has to be in there.
Yes,
Every day.
absolutely.
Wouldn't touch water.
Yeah.
And it probably still doesn't.
in South Central Kentucky, which is where we're from, you do not have the fourth best or the first best, by popular opinion, water in the country. You don't.
South Central, where is that? Tell me where.
Like Somerset, Kentucky.
Yeah. Somerset, Monticello area down there.
Somerset.
Yeah, Lake Cumberland.
Mm-hmm.
It's like straight down from like the big point where Cincinnati is.
Yeah, if you go south,
down
south
and
from
then
Lexington,
you're gonna hit Tennessee, and then you're gonna bounce back up about 20 miles.
So you have to go to Tennessee to get to your house?
No, but we're close.
Yeah, we're very close.
It was like
close.
that was kind of like a pinball reference or something. Like
geographical pinball. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
You're
But
a
we're
pinball
down
wizard.
there.
Got it. Okay.
We're down there.
But now
Yeah.
you're here.
But now we're here.
Now we're here.
Yeah, been here
Recently?
a few years. Yeah,
Okay.
be 3 years this fall.
right.
Question.
For me.
What attracted you to being here?
Lots of my friends from down there happen to be up here because it's a cool city. It's close to family. You know what I mean? But it's far enough away, and there's enough stuff to do that it's it was enticing in that way. So when I got done with my grad degree in Bowling Green, he was already up here, and the other guy who runs the studio with him was already up here, who's a good buddy of mine. And so that's why I'm up here. It's because I've got friends, I've got family up here. So. It's a good place. I like it.
For me, like, I lived in Nashville for a little while, like
Ooh.
pursuing like audio engineering, being a musician.
Oh, that's
all
where
of
the
that
stars
stuff.
are, right? Yeah, yeah.
Sure. And
I knew you were famous. I could tell.
Yep, I am.
It's that mic. It's that special mic.
It's the.
He does have the fancy
does.
mic.
I
We're
know.
second-class citizens here.
Yeah, really. You got the alpha mic over there.
He also
it's
gets
the
to run
alpha
the
mic.
board with all the pretty colors.
does.
Yep,
Yeah.
I press the buttons. I twist the knobs.
Yep. So you rule everything, really.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yep, I am in control.
Yes.
We got that.
But so and living down there in that industry is really kind of depressing because like it's so cutthroat.
I've heard.
It's hard to make friends even just
Sure.
because like if you're in music and everyone else is in music, like I still have maybe 3 or 4 close friends from there, but everyone else I met was like, the first question they ask you is like, oh, cool. So who do you know? Who do you like?
Yeah.
And like if you're
Wow, that
if
quick.
you're not,
Dive right in.
Very ladder
sure. I mean,
climbing.
it's probably not that literal, but for the most part, it's like if you're lower on the ladder, then they're like, well, I mean, I could befriend you, I suppose, but like, what's that going to do for
Is
me?
that going to raise my status?
What's that going to
Why?
do for me?
Yeah.
And my business partner Chris and I here, like, it's a smaller industry when it comes to media, but it's just nicer. I feel like people are friendlier.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Calling you out, Nashville.
Nashville.
He kind of is. He's like, well, you're a little snotty.
I'm always talking smack about Nashville. I
know.
love Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville's
Let me ask you a couple questions.
yeah.
Okay.
Like I like that this has become
It's flipped. Yeah. This is good. This is great.
Well, I'm interested to know because you said you were from Nashville. A lot of people like to look at Nashville here and say, oh, well, look at them. They got this and that, and they're doing this. And
Oh, really?
Why do we suck? Nashville's so awesome. And I've been to Nashville, and I like it. Not gonna lie, went to several places, thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Actually went to a neighborhood where they had a lot of revitalization, and they turned it into like a musician's row. Are you familiar?
Music Row.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Aptly named, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music Row. Okay. So in seeing efforts like that there, and then now, being here, where do you think the differences and I guess similarities lie? Like what do you feel like was more authentic?
Authentic.
And I actually mean that not just about the sense of place and, the preservation or revitalization of neighborhoods, but also in the music scene. Because my theory
Okay.
is that, and I think I even told you I came from a performing arts background.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I think artists are actually the advocates and the risk takers and the leaders
Right.
that when a neighborhood may be deteriorated in a way, they will take the risk to come in, start to make change.
Sure.
And so I just, again, wondered how you felt about any of that, having been in both places
Sure. I mean,
as an artist, my friend.
yeah. I mean, I was honestly only in Nashville for like just over a year, so I wasn't in there for long.
Quick
Wasn't
taste.
there for long. But I mean, as far as authentic, that's a hard question.
I
Because
have hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
See, this is what a
It
real
feels-
interviewer does. We're
Yeah.
learning right now.
I mean, in Nashville, the biggest thing is it, especially in the last few years in this big Nashville boom, like most people you meet in the industry in Nashville aren't local.
Okay.
And I guess here it feels like you've got homegrown people in Louisville doing their thing, whereas in Nashville it's become this magnet for artistic, I guess, art-minded people. So with that kind of magnetism, for whatever reason, maybe it's the history and music. I mean, I guess that's Nashville's big thing. You know, the bars that Johnny Cash and Elvis Presley and all those guys played and that kind of stuff.
I wonder too if like because it's not only that it's a big hub, Nashville's a big hub for music, you know, I mean it's Music City or whatever, but it's because of that the sort of money-making structures around music are in Nashville. Do you know what I'm saying?
And supported, right.
So yeah, exactly, that support it. And so I wonder to what extent, you know, maybe a proportion of people who are going there obviously love music, but have in mind that that's how they're going to make their money as well. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if that affects that kind of thing, as opposed to if you're making music here, you probably didn't move here to be a musician.
I
Do you
moved,
know what I mean?
Right. I moved here when I decided not to pursue music as like a profitable thing.
Right.
And what type of musician were you?
Like just like a rock and roll
What'd you
band.
play?
I played guitar,
Oh, okay.
that kind of stuff.
So you decided against the performing, becoming
Right.
famous,
Sure.
and then you came here with the goal of...
With the goal of kind of growing just an audio business. I mean, now we mainly work in like radio and commercials. We do like original scores for media, just all kinds of different media.
A composer too, sir.
Yeah. So we work really closely
Quite
with
the Renaissance man
I know,
over
yeah.
there, Will. And you're
This-
like, I'm a teacher.
Yeah, he has the alpha mic. I
Come
mean,
on,
so
right,
yeah.
obviously,
He has
right,
the,
yeah.
exactly.
Honestly,
So-
depending on how long you speak into the mic, you actually absorb. I've been on this mic for a while.
He
I
wasn't a
understand.
composer when we started this podcast, so it's just the mic.
And look at that.
The mic has done it.
But
no.
I
Well,
mean,
thanks.
sure.
I appreciate you answering my questions.
I don't think I
realize
did.
this is your interview, so maybe
no,
I
it's-
should just be
This is
quiet.
just conversational. So
Yeah.
you ask questions if you feel like it.
So
I can't help
so-
it. I am a radio host.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
on ARTxFM, which is why you invited me
yeah,
here.
let's talk about that a little
So
bit.
I almost can't help but ask you all questions.
That's wonderful. No,
I mean-
please do.
I suppose like the tour, the kind of Nashville does have like a kind of touristy kind of appeal, and I mean, when I lived in Nashville, there were shirts going around saying Nashville is the new LA. Like people were like flocking to Nashville, and rent was really booming, skyrocketing, and I'm wondering that, you know, with places like Music Row, these really kind of revitalized places, and with your theory that artistic people kind of front these movements, you have this hub of all these artistic people coming in for reasons that aren't to revitalize something that's history, but to try and make a living doing this artistic thing. But I guess the outcome ends up being enough people together to kind of...
a synergy of sorts.
Sure.
I do think, and I've not lived in Nashville, but I do believe there is a local love here.
Yeah.
That are artists that take those risks and do things like that. Have you all been to Gallery Hertz before?
Where is that?
That the new Gallery Hertz, or the recent Gallery Hertz, is in Shelby Park.
Okay. I don't think I have.
It is a gallery, an art gallery that was actually very near here. And it was in the row of buildings on Market that kind of started the art movement that became kind of what we know as Market Street in Nilu.
Sure.
And the gentleman that started that, Billy and Tom, they did that in 1977. And I thought about that and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that was kind of when the preservation movement was really just starting. And I think it was because of people like him and his partner Tom buying buildings that were falling down, knowing that they
Right.
were Victorian gems, taking care of them.
Sure.
And what's funny is that now we talk about it as Nulu, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but dude, it's not new.
Yeah.
Like Billy
Yeah.
and Tom were here in 1977. I'm telling you, I'm that old. Like that wasn't. It's not new. It's not new. We're definitely past new. But people like them also have to move on because it does become.
Yes.
There can be gentrification and things like that occur.
Yes.
And they're happy that happens, but knowing people like Billy and Tom, they've said sometimes I just got to go because it's not gritty enough. I got to move on.
Right.
So they can be kind of the Pied Pipers of the early adopters, if you will.
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, one thing about it too is if you're doing art with most of your time, I mean, art for the most part needs patrons, right? I mean, it's not the most financially lucrative place to be. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is actually part of what's wonderful about it. But nevertheless, if you're doing art with most of your time, as I say, you're probably not rolling in money to be moving wherever you want in the city or wherever the sort of prime real estate is, right? You might have to go where you, but also that dovetails on, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's not gritty enough. I need to go somewhere else. That could dovetail on sort of this love of kind of novelty and artistic places and places with history, as you were saying. You know
I
what
just
mean?
had Billy and Tom back to the ARTxFM studios that are in Nulu.
Oh,
and
cool.
I was talking to him on my show last Friday about, so how does it feel to be back in Nulu? And he was like, I'm sitting in a non-profit arts radio station studio. He's like, it's unbelievable.
Right.
And I'm very proud of pioneers like them that I can look up to. So when people like you come along, because I'm technically not totally from here either.
Okay. I was going to
don't
ask.
tell anyone.
Right.
I moved here right before high school, though. So, see, I can still
Sure.
kind of
See,
pass that
yeah,
test.
come on, yeah.
If you can say where you went to high school and it's someplace here, then like...
You had formative years here, right?
Yeah. Like, obviously, learned how to drive here, all the important stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I mean, I'm technically from here.
Yeah, I mean, in this city for us was always even like when we were like in middle school.
Yeah.
My mom would drive us here to go to shows. You
Yeah,
know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah,
so
this is
we
the
were
place where
close
the concerts
enough,
come through.
Like,
Yeah.
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing down there except for
Right.
like the lake.
Right.
Sorry,
Wait,
Logan.
wait a minute. I've heard about a moonbow. Isn't there a moonbow?
There is a moonbow,
There is.
yes.
Have you seen that?
I have seen the moonbow, yeah.
Holy crap, I've
never
gone
seen it.
twice trying to find this
Oh, really?
dang moonbow. Can't find it.
It's isn't that Cumberland Falls?
Yeah, like
Cumberland Falls?
Williamsburg.
I went to some place called
I don't know.
Corbin.
I know how to get there. Yeah, it might be Corbin.
Do you know Corbin? There was
Yes.
also the craziest flea market I've ever been to in my life
Oh, really?
there.
I don't know the Corbin flea market, but
The whole thing was I had to go to the flea market because they were like, "Oh, it's foggy. Sorry, no moonbow."
Oh, bummer.
Snap.
And you're out there at like, or at least I was at there at like midnight too.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
So you're,
like I
you're
drove through the night
pumped,
to get
you're
there, and I was like,
ready,
"Yes,"
you
and where
know.
it's not
Yeah.
there.
That's one of those things that down there or let me speak for myself, I really take for granted. It's like one of those things that there's like 4 on the planet Earth or something like that.
I thought there was
And
only
we're-
like 2 in the
maybe
United
it's,
States.
Maybe it's even fewer.
Beaumont,
yeah, I don't know.
Montana,
Okay.
and this
So-
place, Corbin, Kentucky. So
And
I
we're
thought,
like,
and
it's-
you've seen it, both of you.
I haven't.
I've seen it.
Oh,
It's
you
like,
haven't?
but it's because of
Is
it's
it-
because
is it-
it's like half an hour away. You've just never gone.
Right.
I mean, it's right there.
Is that
Seriously?
is that Cumberland Falls?
I think I know how to
Tell
get
me,
there.
is it awesome?
Is
And
the
I don't-
moonbow created from the water
yeah, it's
from
it's
the
mist
falls?
from the falls and the moon rays. Yeah.
So
Is it magical?
Yes, it is. I was very tired, but it was as magical as it could be
Okay.
at midnight.
All right.
Well, and it comes from my taking things for granted too. I mean, the lake's right
Totally.
there; it's beautiful, and it's like, yeah, you know, people
Now-
drive like 6 hours every weekend during the summer,
Right.
to come to our
For
lake.
me, like, I
And
lived-
I live
That's how cool Lake Cumberland
almost
is?
Yeah.
on the. I mean, it's huge.
now it's a little dirty.
it's a little dirty.
I mean,
I
it
do not
used to
get
be a
out of
town.
the
People like
Yeah.
they
Waterson
flo-
very often.
yeah, but
it's
it-
worth the drive.
Probably
for
the
sure.
last
It's nice.
the last 2 years I lived down there. That was prior to Nashville, moving to Nashville. Were the only 2 years I ever went to the lake.
Yeah.
And like my house is literally
And you grew up there?
a mile from the
Yeah,
lake.
yeah.
Like we would go, but
we
like
would go, but it wasn't our scene. We were
I
like
don't know.
we played music, and we were just not.
Will and I were the
I was
the-
an indoor kid.
we had
for
our
sure. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
I was playing
had-
video games.
we had our skateboards, we
Yeah,
listened
exactly.
to our punk rock
exactly.
music.
Yeah, we ain't
And-
got time for being
yeah.
having
Skateboarding indoor kids.
exactly. We don't have time for enjoying nature's majesty.
And then
None of that.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I was probably like 24, 25 and I discovered the lake. Like right
Yeah.
out basically in our backyard. And in the summer I was there every day. Like, it was crazy. Like, I've missed out.
Shouldn't have waited.
Yeah,
Shouldn't have waited.
Exactly.
But then again, I don't know. Something bad could have happened.
Right.
If I wasn't an indoor
exactly.
kid.
Could have got
with Will.
bit by a bass. I don't know. Does that happen? Probably not.
No.
I
that
surely
doesn't
hope
happen.
not.
Yeah,
No,
probably.
I'm
No,
not visiting that way.
I did have a friend of a friend went to the dock we used to jump off of. Now, I did say no swimming or fishing on
Right.
it.
So,
But we
breaking
used
the
to
rules.
lay our towels on that sign.
And then you didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
Missed it.
Doesn't
had
count.
a friend of a friend went down there and saw this little fish swimming by the dock, and he was going to be like a super punk and like punch the fish. So he leans
Why
down.
would you do that?
Oh,
I don't know.
You're bored
What did the
down
fish
there.
do to him?
You're bored down there.
Yeah, you did. But anyway, guy leans down and punches the fish. When he pulls his fist out of the water, it's a spiky fish. The fish was sticking out of his knuckle, and he had to like go to the doctor. He just gashed him right open. So bad things can happen.
So yeah, so don't ever punch fish, kids.
I am such a city girl. That whole thing just sounded so terrifying.
That actually does make me rethink the number of times I've jumped off that dock because it's been a lot.
Oh,
And
it's
no
good.
spiky fish
it's
for
good.
you?
No spiky fish for me. Just
That's-
wonderful times.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Okay.
a. But
That's rare.
You also
That's
have to understand.
never- yeah.
This guy went after that fish.
Right, exactly. He was
Okay.
being
So-
he's being aggressive.
He kind of deserved it.
Yeah,
He absolutely deserved
Yeah.
it.
I'm going to make sure to get you all in touch with the Lake Cumberland Tourism Department to make sure that they have you all on record.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
They should. The celebrities from the area.
Record a
Yeah.
complaint. Local pseudo podcasters complain about spiky fish.
I had to get a tetanus
Totally
shot.
endorsed.
off that.
Totally endorsed.
Yeah, I also had to get a tetanus shot off that deck because rusty things
Yep.
will
Yep.
get you. So
Yep.
True fact.
Yeah, yeah. So you spent your formative years here.
Yes.
Yes.
see, that's what we do. We just go
but that's-
hard right
hey,
or hard
the
left.
last few minutes were gold. Let me tell you, just gold.
I think so. Nothing's on the cutting room floor with this interview.
No, exactly. So tell us how. I mean, you've been here for a while. How did you get into what you're doing with the station with ARTxFM? How does that happen? I mean, the station's pretty new, but had you done like radio stuff before that?
I had. I ran my college radio station,
Oh wow, cool.
but it was in a place called Wittenberg University
Okay,
in Springfield, Ohio.
okay.
So I think maybe 8 people total
Yeah.
might have listened. But it's cool because I was playing
So
punk
double
rock
our
and stuff.
listenership,
Yeah, it was
but I mean-
great.
That's a joke.
We had a studio phone, I remember, and I would always just continue to prompt people to call, just, so I would know whether or not someone was there.
Right.
And I remember some creeper did call at one point, and then I was like, okay, not doing that anymore.
Okay, you
Actually,
don't call.
No, I was actually more thinking like, friends would call. But,
Right. Yeah.
so that was a short stint, which didn't necessarily give me many skills. But once I came back to Louisville, I was interested in radio, and like I say, I was a trained vocalist.
Yeah.
So I went around to a couple radio stations, went to Clear Channel for a little bit, and so I did some stuff for them, voiceover work and odds and ends, and they just don't give the little people great time slots.
Sure.
Sure.
And then it kind of turned into what I would call a very robotic experience, and that just wasn't my jam.
Yeah.
So not only was it not lucrative, but
Yeah.
since it wasn't really where I felt like I excelled, we moved on, which was fine.
Yeah.
But I also knew that I liked radio.
Yeah.
It was the medium that I was comfortable with. So
What were you doing at Clear Channel? Just to
I was
flesh that out a little bit. Were you doing like between songs thing? Here's whoever. Did you have a show
right,
or something?
Right.
Or?
Yeah. I was just a late night DJ.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like-
gotcha.
Low.
Cool.
Low on the totem pole.
Sure.
Like the lowest. In fact, I don't think there was anyone else lower than me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the CD player. No, probably not. Probably not. Because more integral than me. But it was, like I say, it was no shade at for-profit radio. But again, I was just kind of like, this whole being told what to do, like I can work within parameters.
Sure,
but there
sure.
wasn't a lot of creative license.
Yeah.
And see, I'm an artist. I told you.
Yeah.
So I have to be creative. I have to create.
Yeah.
So then I went and worked at Actors Theater of Louisville
Okay.
for 7 years.
Oh wow.
Dug
Very
that.
cool.
not an actor, but I knew I could hang out with actors.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yeah, so did some marketing over there, which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But everyone loves that place. So
Yeah.
they work there for like 45 years.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I had to quit.
Yeah.
Moved on, got a
Yeah.
couple degrees,
Yeah.
got a little MBA action happening.
There you go.
Nice.
And then basically decided in the middle of a recession to start a nonprofit. Yeah. It was real smart. So
Yeah.
it honestly, I ramped that all up to say that
Yeah.
when I just feel like something's a good idea, I'll just do it. It doesn't really matter
Yeah.
the variables going on around it or kind of how it came about. Such is how I got introduced to ARTxFM, because a friend of mine who runs a local theater company called Theater 502,
Oh, cool.
one of my favorites, and they were partners, artistic partners, with this new thing that was happening.
Yeah.
My friend says, and I really need someone to represent us because this new radio thing is launching, and I knew that you did radio, so can you just please go for me? And it's that kind of friend that, like, you don't really ask questions, you're just like, I got you.
Yeah.
Because that's how close we are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I go, and I'm figuring this is like totally set up. We know exactly, like, I'm just going to volunteer or do whatever.
Yeah.
And I meet this wonderful lady named Sharon Scott, who's the GM of ARTxFM.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a little frazzled and was sort of like, so don't totally have it all figured out yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we are going to broadcast from the lobby of Kentucky Center for the Arts during Idea Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
but there's no studio here.
Yeah. It's a lobby.
I've been here before, right? That performing thing. So it was interesting because, you know what? She made it happen. She built out some walls. She got some tables. She had the whole setup. And she was like, hey, have you interviewed people? And I was like, well, I have been on the radio.
Yeah.
But it was not talk radio.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been interviewed a lot.
Right.
Kind of feel like I can get, I think I can handle it.
You'll make your way.
So she had me interview some people.
Mm-hmm.
And then no joke was just like, I love you. You are mine forever. And you know what?
Yeah.
I was down. She
Yeah.
was like, just keep talking.
Yeah.
And so she just kept, and this was for the entire Idea Festival. I was supposed to come for like 2 hours.
Oh, yeah?
No joke. It was really fun. So I really enjoyed it. And, you know, we were able to bring in a ton of people. There were other people that she had worked with that were coming and DJing. So there were several different DJs that, you know, came and kind of helped with the kickoff, and all these different artistic partners, like
Sure.
I told you, that supported. So it was a really, really fun deal. I remember that I got to meet and interview 2 people who are so awesome, at least to me. First, Janelle Monáe.
Ooh.
That was awesome. And she is literally just as cool as she looks. Not kidding. So that was a really awesome thing. She's a big supporter of Idea Festival. And then my favorite a cappella group is called Pentatonics.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I know the. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so Kevin Alusha, who is their beatboxer and actually plays the cello, was from here. He starts talking about how
really?
he's like, I went to Governor School for the Arts. And I was like, yeah, me too. What's up? And he was like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're still the famous one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
let
dude.
me have this.
It's okay. I didn't
Yeah.
take anything away from you.
Dude can
It's fine.
shred the cello.
Oh, yeah?
He can
Yeah.
shred the cello
Oh,
and then
man.
beatbox at the same time. It's
Oh,
freaking
wow.
ridiculous. And so I put him right on the spot. Like,
Yeah.
can you beatbox for me?
Yeah.
And he literally did, and then got me beatboxing, and it was kind of ridiculous. So the launch of ARTxFM will always be etched in my mind as a phenomenal success and an awesome thing. And
Absolutely.
it's now launched basically into a 24/7 wonderful broadcast of art. And I really think that that is our only parameter, is that we want to amplify the voice of the arts.
Yeah.
And it's been great.
Yeah. I mean, that's so you've been in since the ground floor, pretty much. That was the premiere of
I came in at like
ARTxFM?
floor 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
at the premiere. See, the thing
That
is
was
that
yeah.
prior to that,
Yeah.
Miss Sharon, that girl, she worked her tush off figuring out, because this is all her idea. This is all Sharon's brainchild. She has a ton of radio experience from Nashville. Really, really awesome lady. And she actually wrote an encyclopedia about toys.
Wow.
Sidebar.
There you go.
Whoa. Yeah.
Sharon's the jam.
That's
so
amazing.
She's awesome, and really this whole brainchild of hers that she's worked on so hard. I was just happy to be there when it started to come to fruition for her,
Sure.
because it's been a long ride even since then, and she was working on it long before I met her. So it's a very proud moment. We've received our FCC license, our certificate that you need in order to build your tower.
Yeah.
There's lots of things. I had no idea how hard it was to get an actual terrestrial radio station.
Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah,
Got to have engineers. They've got to plan stuff, survey stuff, fill out forms, the whole 9 yards. So, we keep inching forward, but our app was in, totally accepted, got the certificate. Now we got a tower.
Wow.
that's fantastic.
Well, I should say a gentleman owns a tower, and he's going to let us put an antenna on it. But so again, it's not our tower. It's not our tower. But it's cool that people have started to really engage with ARTxFM, and it was very quickly, like say, there was, a handful of us in the very beginning in the lobby of Kentucky Center, and now there's over 100 DJs. It's ridiculous. And in the beginning, I told her that I would help out and I would do PR and things like that because I wanted to help out. And I thought, okay, I got a handle on this because I know all the DJs and new shows would keep coming on. And now there's just no way for me.
Right.
I mean, I try because you want to know all the children's, right? But there's just so many of us. And it's awesome because you can have anything from a Spanish music show to, my show is called Florida Arts, and I do kind of a medium talk / music show. So I talk about local arts groups, and so everything in between. It's kind of amazing how many different diverse programs that we have, and that people are just clamoring to be DJs. It's phenomenal.
That's amazing. So you really you really do a DJ says, I want to do. I saw, I was watching a clip about you guys on the Louisville Life thing earlier, and it was talking about early music. I forget, there was a DJ who did early music, right, Baroque and stuff like
Jackson
that.
Swain, totally a rock star, and he seriously, he's vice president of Sonoblast Records.
I was
really?
gonna say I've met him. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was going to say,
right.
this guy over here has to know him, right? Okay, because Jackson also is a legit rock star. He's in a rock band with his wife. They're so hardcore cool, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then he's like, so I'm going to do this show on early music. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the DJ just gets this space to just be creative within, right?
In the beginning, everyone sort of... There was and there still is a way on the website that you can, if you want to pitch a show, you can, sign up. And many of us, like I say, just sort of knew through the grapevine people. Yeah. And the next thing you know, we were coming with our ideas. We were having staff meetings. And, it's kind of organically grown in such an awesome way that now we have lots of different people that take even more of their time and volunteer even more of their heart to ARTxFM, not just do their show, but are taking on different roles. Our director of programming is Tim Barnes. Do you all know who Tim Barnes is?
I don't know that I do. I know the name, but
just happened to be the drummer of Sonic Youth. Are you all really?
My
what?
goodness,
that one, that
calling us out, calling us out.
Okay, Somerset. I'm just saying. You didn't come up here for that many shows, but I'm sorry, I'm in your house. I'll be nicer.
Feel free. No, this is a safe space. This is a safe space to shame us both in front of our audience.
No, that kid is... It is amazing when you meet him because he really has been a rock star. He's gone all over the world. Yep. And then he's like, I'm just here and, I love music. And he bought where the Louisville Experimental Film Society, or I forget what their name was, or Louisville Film Society, something or another, was. That's here in Nulu. It's kind of behind DECA.
Oh, okay.
And he called it Dreamland.
Nice.
So
there
everyone...
you go.
I just love him and he dreams and then he makes it happen. So we have lots of people like Tim that have gotten on board and not only do their own show, but take on even bigger roles, which has been really awesome.
Yeah. Sure. That's amazing. Yeah.
And I was just going to say, I actually, when I first moved up here, I was, still am taking classes, but I was taking classes, an English class, and my professor, Leslie Millar, she, she told,
oh, that's right.
We were doing that thing on the first day of class where everyone was kind of getting to know each other. I was the oldest guy in the class, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm an audio engineer, and she's like, talk to me.
I need
after
to talk
class.
to you.
Yeah, talk to me
Yeah.
after. She's like a go-getter.
Oh yeah, Miss
and-
Millar's on it for sure.
Yeah, and does she do like a-
and her daughter have a show on ARTxFM.
Oh, I was gonna say
Oh, wow.
because like she said her daughter's like podcasting now. Like it's pretty rock and roll.
I was. I just think it's amazing that she must be the coolest mom ever.
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So was she a good teacher?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Okay, good. Did you get an A?
I did. I got an A.
Well
That's
done.
what's up.
Well done. There you go.
Listeners,
Yes.
my fist is in the air in victory.
We're very proud. We're very
But
proud.
Yep.
I think at the time it was probably a year and a half, 2 years ago now. She was doing like a James Brown hour or something. I don't know
Oh,
if
wow.
she's still doing.
She
I don't know.
switches it
Great.
up almost every single week. It cracks me
Oh,
up,
nice.
and she will send out a message on our DJ page and tell us what she's doing.
Yeah.
Every time, it kind of makes me laugh. She's awesome.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so cool.
she's
Yeah,
super
and she's
cool.
on our board, so
Yeah.
she's definitely, and she's been working with Sharon like literally on since the ground floor.
Yeah.
So where a
Oh,
lot of
nice.
us, we came in at like floor 1 or higher. She's definitely been around since the get. So it's been very cool to see. I'm sure for both of those ladies, because I know I feel like it's cool seeing how it's come to fruition and continues to grow and
Yeah.
become bigger and better. But I'm sure those ladies feel it even more.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's so interesting. I was thinking about because after you agreed to be on, I was reading about ARTxFM a little bit because I don't want to know too much because I want to find out. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
You
I
wanna
want to
be
have
surprised.
I want to be
Yeah.
surprised. Yeah, that's the joy. But at the same time, I kind of want to know what's going on. You know, I don't want to be like, tell me about your restaurant. You know, because you know.
Well, you should do research on your guests.
Right, exactly.
Because that's how this
Exactly.
business works.
Exactly. So
I don't.
right, but you should do as I say, not as I do. But when you think about a radio station, I mean, for the most part, I think about you have your sort of commercial, right, your Clear Channel, whatever, and then you have public radio, right? You just don't hear a whole lot about independent radio stations. You
Right.
know what I mean?
That's what we say.
Which is so cool, and it's amazing that there's as much support and that there's a good one, right? I mean, that's fantastic.
Again, and this is no shade on WFPK.
Sure, yeah.
Or the lesser known WUOL, because that's my jam. I've
you
been
go.
on WUOL singing several times.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you want to hear, like Gregorian chant or choral music,
Right,
Totally.
right.
that's where
Yeah.
you'll find that
There you
on
go, yeah.
W of L. And I mean, I listen to FPL every morning. I got to know what's going on.
Right.
And so again, it's no shade at them. It's just we are bringing something different
Yeah.
to the table. And it seemed like in this particular market, people were wanting something different. So we're able to provide that, and we've been able to grow that. So the support has been phenomenal. And I think once we get on the terrestrial dial and we really, flip that switch, it's going to be amazing what happens locally, because
Yeah.
we already have this. It's amazing that we have people all the way in like St. Petersburg, Russia listening to it.
Yeah.
And in St.
Yeah.
Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's
That's
up,
crazy.
Russia?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, St. Petersburg. It's amazing that anywhere in the entire world, someone can listen to us.
Absolutely.
And we all probably know someone that is not in this country, whether
Right.
that's someone in the service or just someone overseas studying abroad. Those people want a piece of home.
Absolutely.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And we're able to be like,
Absolutely.
you know what, 24/7, ARTxFM's got you.
Yeah.
We have a free app
Absolutely.
on
Yeah.
iTunes and
Yep.
Google Play.
Yep.
It's very easy. I always tell people it's a public service. You just need to tell a friend. And sometimes people are challenged. Like my poor mother, I had to actually physically take the phone and
Sure.
say, just let me handle it
Yeah.
for you. So just tell,
Yeah.
help a friend.
It is that app.
Do you have it on your phone,
I
Will?
do. Yes. Do you want to see it? I can.
I
prove
actually
it
would
right
like
now.
proof.
If
Do you all
would
both
like
have it on
proof-
your phone? Take
if
out your
you
phone.
would
Yeah,
like
I
proof-
don't have it.
He's not going to lie
It's
about it if he
time.
doesn't have it.
I need to get it.
Bam. There you go. Right there.
Oh,
Check it
and
out.
it's on. You're currently my favorite.
Hey, I don't have the big mic, but
I know Wait a minute, I should take
everyone
that back.
Everyone likes
He's
an
leaning
underdog.
towards the board.
right. He's gonna just turn you
He's
down.
gonna fade me out.
Slowly. No, but honestly, that app could not be easier to use. You literally turn it on and you hit the play button and
Right?
it starts going. Yes,
Thanks. I didn't
exactly.
make it.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll pretend you did. Yeah.
Awesome.
You made a great app, by the way.
I appreciate that.
So once you start broadcasting with the big fancy tower, the internet radio will continue. Is
oh
that-
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I guess
absolutely.
that's what you've built. You've built it from.
we have thousands and thousands of people that tune into us all the time, and they're doing it again just via their desktop or the great app. So at this point, it'd be crazy for us to kind of turn them off, because
Sure.
they're the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
that built us. They're the ones that have been with us. And again, they're all over the world. So I love the fact that there are friends that I have that literally are in different places in the world, and they can tune in and say, oh my God, I heard Marianne. And it's cool, because it's like, I don't get to see you, but I at least get to hear what's going on in your world. So I know that that's something that Sharon's very proud of, that she's built, and I know won't go away. The only thing that I think will happen is this groundswell of local support, because people will all of a sudden be able to literally just get in their car
Right.
and hear it,
Yep.
which I know is where a lot of people listen to radio.
Absolutely.
Totally. Yeah.
So we want you to be able to flip on that dial.
Yeah, I'll program like number one.
We
Just-
want to
yeah,
be
there
a
you go.
preset,
There you
baby.
go.
That's what I'm
Preset.
talking about.
Exactly.
We're on our way to preset, and I'm excited about it. I really do think that that's just going to complement all the hard work that we've done and the great followership that we already have.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually where. No, that's not where. Recently, I read an article about how you guys were going to start broadcasting. What was the term you used? Like real world, or not real world,
terrestrial
but
dial.
terrestrial. Thank you. Yes, that's wonderful. That's so space age. Anyway, so I read an article that was talking about how you guys were going to do that, and I was like, oh, we need to have someone from there come in on the podcast and talk and whatnot. But that was actually not the first time I heard about ARTxFM. I've been here for a little over 2 years, I guess. And before I started my program where I'm teaching, I was working at a coffee shop, local coffee shop with a drive-through, and so I would just be handing drinks out all day, whatever. And one time, sometimes I have a tattoo on my arm that has words on it, and so sometimes I would get, oh, what does that say? What does that say? And so I got that one day. They were like, oh, here's your large whatever mochaccino or whatever it's called, and they were
Because
like,
he drinks mochachinos.
they were like, oh yeah, whatever it is. I don't know.
He's so hardcore
Here's
punk rock.
Here's
He
the
is.
yeah, whatever it is. And so the person in the car, she was like, "What does your arm say?" And I told her, and I was like, and she was like, "Oh, what's that from?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a line from one of my favorite bands." And she was like, "Oh, let me get the name." And she wrote it down, and I was like, "This is strange, like whatever." And she was like, "I have a radio show, and here's my card, and I'm gonna play that song on Wednesday at this time on ARTxFM."
You were talking
And
to
I was
Lala, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's
See,
my girl.
I went down your webpage looking for names. I was like, who was that? Who was that? But that's it.
When you are
That
close
is it.
personal friends with her, you call her Lala.
There you go.
In the regular world, her professional name is Lauren Argo.
Okay.
She is a thespian, of course.
Okay.
On top of that, she is also a green cleaning expert.
Oh, nice.
So I actually use her at my office, which is a Victorian Italianate mansion. So she
There you
comes
go.
and cleans it with green, environmentally friendly products.
Oh, that's cool.
So she has a great. It's funny that you bring her up, because she is the one DJ that I will allow to take over my show.
Okay.
Not allow. Listen to me.
Right.
I am.
The power's
Allow.
going to your head.
Well,
You need an alpha mic.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah.
We started because we've been trying to be very cognizant of the FCC rules.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we knew we were going to go on the terrestrial dial. We knew that
Yeah.
was the goal that we were going to get to. So
So you want
all
to be
along,
ready to just
exactly.
jump on.
So even though we were, on the internet, we. No cussing. We have to make sure to not talk about certain things,
Right.
because when you're a nonprofit radio station, you can't talk about dollars and cents, other things.
Yeah.
So we've all been trying to follow these rules. And the other part of it is that we all have to be live.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because when you're on the
Interesting.
terrestrial dial,
Right.
if something goes down,
Yeah.
like
you gotta be
serious
ready.
weather,
Ready to roll.
you got emergency broadcasting system,
Yep.
like things legit have to happen. So we've been trying to do that. So I had been pre-recording things whenever I had to go out of town for business or something.
Sure.
and
Yeah.
Sharon was kind of like, we got to have live people. And so I started Lala, thankfully. She takes Fleur de Arts to La La Land every once in a while.
that's great.
And it's been, we have different shows. Just because we're different personalities,
Yeah,
but
sure.
we are kind of like a yin yang. I love that girl, and she's so zany, but perfect
Yeah.
in every way. So I knew exactly when you were
Yes.
saying that,
Yeah,
because
you called it. For
immediately
sure.
as soon as she was a DJ, she was like, I'm getting branded t-shirts. I have business cards. I have put
Yes.
them out at every coffee shop.
Yep.
Yep. I had
She
one of those cards.
bakes like gluten-free vegan bakery goods for every
Just on
single
the ball.
every single event we have.
Yeah.
She is there. She is ready to promote. She has been such an ARTxFM fan. And so
So
that's why
cool.
I knew
Yeah.
that had to be
Absolutely.
Your girl Lala.
Absolutely.
Every Wednesday, 4 to 6, go to La La Land.
I knew it was. I could remember Wednesday, but I couldn't remember the name of the show.
You were close.
So I was close. Yeah. So that was the first time I heard about ARTxFM, and yeah,
I got to give her brownie points.
Yeah.
Because that girl, she gets out there.
because that was
She's repping hard.
last.
You know, she got a voice drop from Jim James just by
Really?
being cute. Yeah, she swear to God. I think she might have been at Dreamland or
Nice.
something. She just saw him and was like, "Can I play?" And so now they're like besties.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
She's
very
a
cool.
good little promoter. She's a hustler.
Yeah, absolutely. So when do you guys hit the terrestrial dial? Do you know? Do you have
I
a
knew
date
that you were going to
for
ask that question.
Yeah, right.
And honestly, well, I can't take this hard hitting reporting.
Right. I really do research. I know that
do
we are
research.
currently talking about a radio station.
We're on a
I know
timeline.
that.
Yeah. Well, so here's what I can tell you.
Sure.
It's really hard
Absolutely.
and it takes a lot of cash,
Yeah.
which we don't have.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know when you have coaches and mentors, they're like, you need a lot of heart.
Yeah.
We can make it. Like
Right.
we are overflowing with that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got heart and drive like nobody else.
Filled up.
Like
Ready
literally,
to go.
unlike anything I've ever seen. But yet the money thing, like that, we
Right.
really gotta step that up.
Yeah.
And so it is about letting people know now is the time. You have to help fund us
Right.
because we're like 100 volunteers. Like none of us
Sure.
came in with Daddy Warbucks and then no one wrote a check. So we have even, the DJs themselves, we've all become members. We've pledged money because we do have a membership drive, and that hopefully the quicker we get the money in the bank, the quicker we can do things
Absolutely.
like buy the transmitter. Do you know how expensive a transmitter is?
I have no idea.
I can imagine.
Okay, because I asked Miss Sharon, and she
Yeah.
said it was lots of thousands of dollars. And you know when your parents don't really want to tell you something because it's that expensive, so they give you some sort of
Right.
vague thing like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Miss Sharon, I'll keep trying to raise more money. And so we all
Yeah.
at this point are like, okay, Miss Sharon, raise money.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, Lala needs to get bacon.
She
Yeah.
really does, and that bless her heart, she's been a bacon fool. I just, that's really the one thing that is, I think, keeping us from that flipping the switch. Because
Sure.
if we had the money, we could quickly get the different materials necessary,
Yeah.
like emergency broadcasting equipment, like the
Absolutely.
transmitter. We've got the tower.
Yeah.
And we got the application with the federal government. I'm telling you, that was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Sure.
So now just a little bit of money and we'll be on our way.
It's just that final little push.
And
yeah.
I'm telling you that day is what I am waiting for because there will be a hella party.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be a hella party at the base of that beautiful tower.
Yeah.
And there are lots of bands that are going to be there, like Jackson's band.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
He'll be there. Lots and lots of cool folks. And it will be one grand party to finally, kind of give Sharon and all these people that have worked so hard, their proper due. It's something that I hope is going to live on in the city of Louisville, well, forever.
Yeah.
Not to be too sappy, but
No, but yeah.
I hope we've created something that's going to stick around.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Totally.
it's important to say too that while it's like, you guys need money to flip the switch to go terrestrial and all that stuff. Regardless of where you are, you don't have to wait until you guys do that to start listening, right? I mean, it's available right now.
I have commandeered phones.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
got to a point where I was like, people, I understand we're sort of, people can just be like, there's too many steps. I don't want to. So at events, we seriously have a table where
Yeah.
we will have DJs sit and just take your phone and
do
put the
it.
app on it for you.
We'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Not that hard.
There you go.
We'll find it for you.
Yeah.
Put it right on
Absolutely.
and just make sure that your listening pleasure is taken care of.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this, you can figure it out. It's super easy.
Your
Yeah.
listeners, I'm
It's
sure,
super
are of
easy.
a very high caliber of intelligence.
We like to think so.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Because-
they choose to listen
I
to
mean,
us,
they had
but
to
we like to think they are.
Either download the podcast app,
True. Yeah.
which then you have to find the podcast within the podcast
Right.
app.
Oh, gosh.
Subscribe.
Whoa.
Right.
And then you have to download
Yeah.
the episodes as they come in.
Or you're using
or
Stitcher.
you're using a Stitcher,
Yeah.
which is a similar
Which
process.
is, yeah. It's-
Or you're on your computer
Yep.
and you've got the iTunes.
You got the iTunes
Ooh.
and
And I've never listened to a podcast from iTunes and put it like on an iPod. I've never done it.
really?
Never done it.
Oh.
Well, see,
always-
I have the iTunes. I'll do it for you. Tell you how it goes.
Thanks.
I
There
will
you go.
download this podcast.
Hey,
Nice.
there you go. You listen back to yourself.
When exactly is that going to happen?
That will be, we have one in the can right now. So we have one coming out. We're both going to be out of town on different weeks coming up. So this, our next one will probably come out middle of next week, early middle of next week.
Yeah.
And then this one will be after that.
The
sometime,
following
maybe
week.
the following week, something like that. Because we want to give them space to breathe so that people are not like, I missed one, you know.
Oh, sure.
So yeah. So, but we'll let you know. I will hit you up and let you know.
I'm excited about that because what do we usually talk about on the? Can I please have the actual title of the podcast, please?
Absolutely. It is the Villain District Podcast. And I'll tell you why it's called that, because I know that's what's on your mind.
It is?
Yeah.
We, as he was saying, you know, he lived in Nashville with the other guy who runs the studio here and whatnot, and they were in a band and everything. I was in that band before they moved to Nashville.
So like
And
version 1.0. Like
Yeah.
we started a band.
We started a band in middle school.
Late middle
The
school.
brand
Yeah.
you left him behind and went to Nashville?
Yes, exactly.
No, well,
I left.
he left.
But, I went back to college.
We toured
Education,
for,
you know? Yeah, exactly.
We toured for like 5-6 years, so like a long time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And
Where did you tour?
All over the country,
Nationwide.
coast to coast.
Nationwide. Okay.
to like
and
Verizon Wireless.
That 6th year, we were very tired.
yeah.
And we were like, well, what can we do now? Like, well, I don't know. Let's, instead of going everywhere else, let's just go to Nashville and hang out there for a while.
Work
What was
out
the
of
name of
there.
this band?
It was a band called Nine Ball originally.
Right.
Okay.
And then after Will left, we toured a little while longer. And then we were in talks with like publishers and like a few small labels and stuff like that. And we had to change our name due to copyright things. So we changed it to The Savvy.
Oh.
And then we were The Savvy for a while. And then
I like that name.
Thanks. And then we stopped. And then I moved here. I was focusing a lot more on work. Will was in school. Who knows what our bass player, our newest member is my brother-in-law, actually.
Right.
So
Keep it in the family.
yeah,
Right.
he used to play in another band that we used to know.
Yep.
And then he married my sister. And then we were like, hey, you're a great bass player. Let's play with us.
There
You're
you
in the
go.
band.
There you
So
What did you play?
go. I play guitar. Yeah. We both play guitar and sing. So yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
but to make a long story short,
Yeah.
we used
Our
to...
people have heard this story.
Right,
So,
yeah. Sorry, listeners. This was episode 1.
Yeah.
So we used to stress really hard about a lot of things because we wanted to make it. You know what I mean? We wanted to make sure the name was right. We wanted to make sure the sound was right. The songs were the right songs for that album, all that kind of stuff. And we got so burnt out and so stressed that we were like, just kind of shut it down for a while. And then Will moved here. We're like, hey, let's get the old band back together. Let's start a new band. And we were like, well, what do
Blues
you
Brothers style.
You know, it's like, what do you want to call it? And I'm like, please don't ask me that. I don't think I can do this. So Will went to a band named Generator on the internet.
like a professional.
And
That's awesome.
and in one of the first 2 batches, the Villain District came up.
Yeah.
So we're like, I like that. Do you guys like that? Everyone was like, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So it's like, all right, Villain District.
We started a band. We
Yeah.
started releasing singles kind of on the internet like every few months. I think we have 4 or 5 out now.
Mm-hmm.
And Will and I are both big podcast fans. We listen to a lot of podcasts. We're like,
I'm currently subscribed to 40, just to let you know.
And I'm
Wow.
like,
Just throwing it
like we record, mix, and master all of our band stuff here because it's what we do that for other people for money, so we might as well just use that resource, right? Mm-hmm. Like, well, I've always wanted to try a podcast. Will always wanted to try a podcast, so we just came in here one day and we just recorded one, and we didn't use it.
Nope.
And then
Wasn't very good.
we re-recorded it.
Then we did the real one.
And by the second try, we kind of
You had it
figured
down.
it out.
Yeah, we felt the way through it. And so it's actually been really fantastic. I mean, I'm sorry, listeners. This is really us having a conversation, but you'll be fine. So this is actually us talking right now.
You're just driving somewhere.
Yeah, you're driving somewhere. Come on, or you're washing the dishes.
I want to feel more like a co-host. I'm asking questions.
Yeah, no, I love
Totally.
it. But like, so... what was I saying? I just lost it.
don't know.
It's actually been a really great way to get to meet interesting people because we wanted to cast a broad net. And so, we're interested. We love music, obviously. We love sort of comic books and nerdy stuff. We just love creative stuff in general, And so we've been able to have some local comedians come on the show. We've been able to have some local actors. We've had some bands from around Kentucky. So it's been a great, we've had you on now, which has been fantastic.
Nice.
So,
I'm on the roster.
You are. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's been a great experience, and it's so much easier to make a podcast episode than to make a song and a video. So,
Agreed.
So we can do this on the in-between.
Thank God we're not doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can do this on the in-between and keep people plugged in while we're making our music.
Even though I kind of want to be in a band with you guys. Can we pick a name out of a generator?
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Now, there was one band name that came up that I'm still a little upset we didn't pick.
I'm so interested.
I'm
Yes,
the
tell me.
only one that was really
Yeah.
into it. Childhood Mob.
Oh, Childhood Mob. I
That's
forgot
cool.
about that.
I think
cool
that's
name.
cool.
That is a cool name.
I
Trade-
think because
trademark?
of who you guys are, that would make a lot of sense.
I'm really curious as to
Thanks.
what that means. No.
That's so sweet of you to say.
Because you all have been friends since way back.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant because we're
Like
in
children.
Arrested Development, like
Right.
we're perpetually 15 years old, which
Well, maybe-
might be true as well.
maybe
you
a
did
little
just
bit
tell
of
me
both.
that you like comic books.
Right, exactly.
Oh.
No shame. So,
I was going to say today is New Comic Book Day. It's Wednesday.
oh, it is. That's
New
true.
comic book day.
Yeah.
You get to buy a new comic book every Wednesday?
comic books come out every Wednesday.
The new
Every Wednesday.
issues come out every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a weekly thing, like a paper?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they come out every month, but there are so many titles that different ones come out. It's Wednesday's always the release date. So,
I see. So there are like different publishing houses of these
absolutely.
comics.
Yes.
Marvel,
Your
DC,
yeah.
then you have your independents.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this the thing where Batman can't hang out with Superman?
No, they can.
They can. They're
They
together.
can?
There's
Yeah,
a new
but
movie coming
Can
out.
they hang out with Iron Man?
No.
No.
He's Marvel. So,
Okay, my nephew gets real upset when I don't understand this.
You have to understand.
if you
I'm
ever
trying.
need
You're-
pointers, just hit us up.
He
We
threw
will
the
be
Fantastic
happy.
Four in there the other day, and I was like, oh, holy hell.
Right.
Um,
yeah.
Yeah,
They
now the
can hang out with Iron Man.
But here's the problem. You've got comic book world and you've got movie world,
Right,
right?
it just gets way too
Movie world's a
complicated.
lot more complicated,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why.
Sure.
It's because early on, when comic books weren't cool,
Yeah.
these comic book companies were just selling off the rights to all their stuff to all these movie studios. So right now, Marvel is split between Disney, Sony, and Fox. So although the
That's a lot of
Fantastic
splitting.
Lot of splitting.
Fantastic Four and the Avengers in the comic books can hang out all day long, but in the movies they can't because
hang
you
out.
have Disney and then you have Fox.
And you know Disney don't play with people.
No.
Disney.
They don't play.
Can I tell you that I have a comic book?
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm actually really excited that I have this comic book because just recently I have thought there might be some real coolness to this now.
Yeah.
It's an original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, there you go.
And it's like a comic book. So it like it
Yeah.
isn't one.
Right.
Is there
yes,
a special word for that?
Yes, it's like a trade paperback probably,
Oh.
or a hardback.
Graphic
depending.
novel.
Graphic novel, maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
graphic novel. I think
Right.
that may
Yeah.
fit.
There you go.
I
They're
think
all,
it's that.
They're all words
Right.
describing the same thing.
Yeah.
But I have it signed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so I just happened to really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was
That's
little.
very
so
cool.
I have it, and then I was like, "Hey, that movie just came back out.
Yeah.
A little weird.
I didn't see the new
I haven't seen the new
I
one
haven't
yet.
seen
I
it.
didn't go see it in
Yeah,
full
it
length,
looked
but
weird.
Right,
It
just
looked
the
weird.
trailers. I was like, "Ooh, I think I
Yeah.
like ours better."
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I was gonna say I probably 2 summers ago I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first live action Ninja Turtles movie. Holds up.
It really
it
does,
holds
right?
up.
Yeah.
I think
has,
so, too.
It has such an adult tone compared to the other two that followed.
See, I
think.
got to watch it again. Got to.
Holds up, man.
Yeah, got to see it.
And
I
like
just wanted to
those-
have my comic book cred.
I love
Sure.
it. Yeah,
That's
that's legit.
It might be
Absolutely.
worth something, man.
Yeah, it really might be. It really might. You should check into it. You could. That could be. You could. You could be on the air in 2 days. Right.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh,
Sweet.
because of money.
Because
Selling.
of money. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he made. Why would you sell such a thing?
Why would you? Yeah, exactly.
Only for the good of the station.
Yep.
I will vow to
For the
Sharon
greater
Scott that
good.
if my Teenage
greater
Mutant Ninja
good.
Turtles book is worth a lot, I will totally donate it.
Right.
Before I forget,
You heard it here first.
I'm going to download it.
Oh yeah,
Downloading it.
download the app.
Thank you.
There you go.
We appreciate that.
Okay, we're going to do a step-by-step here. Okay, so first,
Oh, good.
listenership.
This is good.
I'm going to my app store.
This is on an
correct?
Apple iPhone, by the way.
This is the Apple iPhone. It's actually the 5C,
Okay.
not to be confused with the 5S.
Does that make a difference?
No.
Okay.
And so I'm going to type in FM.
ARTxFM. That's what you want to put.
So that's like kind of like hardcore HXC. Got it. Yeah. And look at that.
Okay, the thing with the... Because I've had a lot of conversations about this because I like to talk about marketing, branding, things like that. And so when Sharon and I got to chatting, I was like, okay, I don't understand. Is it Art plus FM? Do you want people to say Art plus FM? Mm-hmm. But on the internet, you cannot have a plus sign in your web address.
Right.
So then all of a sudden the X came about.
What's
and
that?
so now we're ARTxFM. And so people throw an X. It's really just Art FM.
Okay. Yeah. Pronunciation wise. But if you're looking for it in the store, you want to do the ARTxFM.
And I actually think you can do either. And it will get to us because there was such a back and forth.
Oh, wow. Okay. Great.
Possible.
Very cool.
I really think we might have had liftoff here.
I think
and we
so.
now have
I think
another
Joe may have it.
proud app user.
Joe may have it.
Literally downloaded in seconds.
There you go.
We have a listen feature. We have a website feature.
Convenient.
A Facebook feature, a Twitter feature, and a contact feature.
And you know what we will have if we get just a little bit more cash?
What's that?
Or someone who's super good at making apps.
There you go.
We want to be able to have the name of the show that's going on at that time. And then, you know, it will hopefully, like I say, things will come as we grow. So we have lots of ideas of new ways to kind of keep people engaged. But for right now, I think we're holding it down.
Absolutely. And the schedule's on the website. If you're listening to something great, you want to check it out. You know,
exactly.
The website feature is right there.
It kind
on
of
the
looks
app,
like
so.
Fruit Loops when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
It's very colorful.
It is very
when
colorful.
You look at the schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, Marianne, thank you so much for being here.
This
has
been
been
a blast.
great. Can you plug the stuff that you're doing? Give us some web addresses and things like that. Do you know them
I
offhand?
want to give you all... Yes.
Okay.
If I didn't, I would be a bad director of PR, right?
That's kind of true. Yeah, okay.
You know, people, if you want to be able to find more info, pretty much all the info about Art FM, you just have to go to ARTxFM.com.
There you go.
ARTxFM.com is where you will find a very big and prominently placed button. It says donate.
Yeah.
You click on that, and then the next thing you know, you can become a founding member of Art FM. It's real easy.
Yeah.
Almost just like downloading the app. It takes mere seconds.
Mere seconds.
You got a schedule there.
Yep.
There's even a button to press play if you want to listen off our actual website. You can do that too. So please, please, please get out there, check us out. And if you're looking at kind of all of our bios, if you want to know more about me and Flirt Arts, you can literally just click on my show name.
Yeah.
It'll take you to our Facebooks, our Twitters, so that you can find out more about each of these DJs and what we're about. So we've got a great Art FM page on Facebook and Twitter. So just get out there and follow us, ARTxFM.
Very cool. Yeah, get out there and do it, listenership.
Please.
Do that.
Por favor.
Por favor. You want to try this sign off, Joe? Or you got something?
You done good, Will.
We always
You
try
guys
this.
did so great.
We always try this, and we never prep the guest for it.
You done good, Will.
You done good, Marianne.
You did good, Joe.
Thank you.
Everybody done good. Thanks for listening, guys. All right. See ya.
Okay, Somerset. I'm just saying.